man did not know how to make fire. But when he learned how to make fire, before making fire, human beings were in the trees, were tree dwellers. Because the trees were safer. If you want to run away from the wild animals, you stay in the trees. But they are not comfortable. The rain, the cold, the insects, they all eat you there. But when he invented fire, he was able to go from the trees and become on land here, and light fire and scare away the wild animals. And also go in the caves. In the caves, because with fire now you can light, you can see, you can warm, you can chase the snakes out of the caves. So man came from the trees, where he was using arms mainly to move around, what is called brachiators. Those animals which move by their arms are called brachiators. He was able to come from being a brachiator to being a bipedal, an animal mainly walking on two legs. So therefore you can see now what is the stimulus that causes change in society. It is the development of science and technology. If science and technology advances, society will also change. Example, the invention of fire. How it revolutionized society from being tree dwellers to become ground-based dwellers and even cave dwellers. And you can go and quote other examples. The Europeans were able to conquer us because they had invented gunpowder. They had also learned how to make quinine, because initially they couldn't survive here because of the malaria. But when they learned how to make quinine from the South Americans, they were able now to use it to defend themselves against malaria. Then eventually they invented a train to be able to move, steam engine. So science was making them stronger and were becoming weaker. So therefore, in order to grasp the crucial issues about social change, you must understand that it is called the first law of sociology, which means the necessary conformity between the advance of science and concomitant changes in society. So therefore, I'm very glad that you have been exposed, and you can go example by example, example by example, example by example. Culture, even everything will change, even culture. Like our old culture of the Waganda, or the Wanyankole, the way they greet. You meet a Muganda woman, she kneels on the road. Now, how would you do that when you are in cars? You wave. That's how you say jambo, jambo, jambo now. You don't have time for that elaborate, because you can see that elaborate way of greeting was based on pedestrian life. When people were walking on foot, that's how they could have time to do this. So therefore, I'm glad that you have been exposed to political economy from what Sembo was saying. Now, once you have covered that, then the next question is, what are the historical missions? What are the historical missions? Turuwan of Korachi, we are here to do what? When we got independence, what was independence for? Independence should have had 3 aims. Number 1, prosperity. prosperity. Do you want us to be prosperous or not? If you want everybody to be prosperous, how would that be? Now, in order for us to be prosperous in a modern way, they must have told you that each adult person had to learn how to produce a good or a service and sell it. You are teachers, you are providing a service of teaching. And the more people that learn from you, the more useful you become. But like the Banyankore and the other tribes in the West, you have cows, you have banana plantations. So in order for you to be prosperous, you'll be able to sell the milk, sell the beef, sell the bananas, sell the other things you have. But when within Ankole, I have cows, my neighbor has cows. I have bananas, my neighbor has bananas. Therefore, my neighbor cannot buy from me, nor can I buy from him. Why? Because we have got similar products. So how shall we get prosperity? If Ankole is cut off alone, how shall we get prosperity? Who are the people who buy the products of the Banyankore? If you study carefully, you'll find that the people who buy those products are the people of Kampala. They are the ones who buy the milk, who buy the beef, who buy the bananas. So therefore, this means that the prosperity of the Banyankore depends more on Uganda than within the Banyankore alone. Within the Banyankore, where they contribute to one another's prosperity, that they produce the same product. We all produce milk, so there's a lot of milk in this area, and marketing is easy because it's a big quantity. Same with beef, same with bananas, same with tea, same with coffee. But in terms of buying from one another, it's not so much. So that's why you now come to the principles of NRM. If my prosperity is depending on the people from Kampala to buy my milk, to buy my beef, to buy my bananas, that means I need Uganda. In addition to my own area, Uganda is very crucial for me. So that's why, therefore, NRM, after analysis, we said, oh, you people are telling you about tribes, about religion, but this is a trap. You are going to die in poverty forever. What will help you to get out of poverty is Uganda. Because Uganda will help you to buy your products more than your own area. That's why, therefore, principle number one is patriotism. Love Uganda. Why love Uganda? Because you need it. And you can go and analyze. Look at their choices. They all produce simsim. This one is producing simsim. The neighbor is producing simsim. This cannot buy from the other one. The other one cannot buy from the other one. So who buys the simsim? People of Kampala. If you go to Busoga, barikulima ebikado. Bona barikulima ebikado, Waiswa alikulima ebikado, omusogo mulala alikulima ebikado. So who buys from the other one? So therefore, when you analyze, you'll find that our prosperity depends more on Uganda than our respective tribal areas. And if somebody comes and says, we are this tribe, you should know that that person is an enemy of that tribe first and foremost. Because if that tribe was not part of Uganda, it would not be prosperous. So this is principle number one. I'm sure they explained this to you, but there's no harm in me as a summary repeating it. But secondly, as we settle down and produce more and more and more, we find that the internal market of Uganda is not enough. That's why we talk of the market of East Africa, the market of Africa. And that now takes us to principle number two, Pan-Africanism. But how will you benefit from all this if you still remain in the old ways? Because I was born in Ntungamo, and by 1960, we were there in Ntungamo only working for eating. We had cows, we had banana plantations, potatoes, and all that, but all of them for home consumption. Very little for the market. We are still in Okora Echida Chonka, as they say in one of the tribes in the east, Bagwere. Bagwere say Okora Echida Chonka. The other day, some years ago, I stopped at a place called Kagamba. Kagamba is on the way to Rashamiri. And I found a young woman there harvesting millet. I asked her, what are you going to do with the millet? The Okuganuza is to take the first crop to your father-in-law. So that was her mission. Has no issue of prosperity. Her issue was Okuganuza Ishezar. Now, that pre-capitalist mentality, that pre-money mentality, the mentality of people before the onset of money is very dangerous for our people. I went to a place called Ndangaro. It's a parish called Ndangaro in Rubirizi. Do you have somebody from Rubirizi? Ah, you come. Omunyaruguru. Now, this was some years ago. I went to Bunyaruguru, Rubirizi, got the microphone. I went to Rubirizi, this parish called Ndangaro. You are from where?
Rubirizi.
Which area?
Ndeche.
Ndeche?
Yes.
So that it will be in Ndangaro?
Ndangaro is in Rutoto, South County.
Is the neighboring parish?
Yes.
Oh, okay. How are they now? You wait a bit, let me give my testimony first. So when I went to Ndangaro, I was told that there were 2,500 homesteads in Ndangaro. All of them were democratically poor. They were all working for the stomach, only for eating, except only one man called Kateva, who had 7 pigs. He was the rich one. Then I realized, and the area is very fertile, so fertile, so fertile. So what is the situation now in Ndangaro, if you know them?
The situation has changed.
Huh?
The situation has changed. When you came there, people changed.
Mm-hmm.
And that Ndangaro, as a parish, is a
Get
model.
near the...
Ndangaro, as a parish, is a model. When you came and educated them, people changed. And the PDM is helping them. They have changed totally.
Oh, Katonda yebaziwe. Thank you so much.
Now,
would you have the data how many homesteads? Because that time there were 2,500.
I will make a research, Mr. President.
Thank you. When you go back, you do research.
And Kateva is one of the richest because he doubled those pigs. And he's giving people other.
He has now got more pigs and so on.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
So thank you very much.
Welcome.
You understand? Then there is another parish called Rwengaju. Rwengaju is a parish in Kabarore. Is there somebody who knows Rwengaju? Rwengaju parish. Anybody who knows Rwengaju? Huh? The girl of the Chenjojo. This is another one.
I'm from Kabarole, Your Excellency.
Get near the microphone.
From Kabarole district.
Do you know Rwengaju?
Yes, sir.
Now I'll give you my testimony of Rwengaju. I visited Kabarole, and they had a chairman called Kayonga. Kayonga could speak. Speak. I said, but you people, I want to see wealth creators who are earning income. But they spend so much time in the district council talking about roads, about what? Then in the afternoon, like around 3, they took me to a place called Kyambogo. Kyambogo is like a stock farm. Huh?
Yes.
It's a stock farm, a government stock farm. Yes. Then they showed me nice maize there. Then I said, whose maize is this? They said, I'm sure we are government. We are government. But I'm not looking for government things. I want people. Then they said, Haroho Mnyoro Kabagambi. Did you know Kabagambi?
No, Your Excellency.
Haroho Mnyoro Kabagambi. I said, okay, let's go and see Mnyoro Kabagambi. So we went.
His Excellency, Reverend Balinda, also, as he works in Nyakasura School, which is in Fort Portal City,
okay,
knows that place a little more than my young sister. I know Munyoro Kabagambe very well.
Is he still alive?
The father died, the Mzee died, but the sons are there. Very dynamic.
Okay. So when I went to Kabagambe, I said, let's go and see Kabagambe. So we went. We found he was there. He was actually not a villager. He was like a former agricultural assistant. He was educated. And I said, what are you selling? Nintunda amata. Amata, how many liters? Lita makumiana. I said, okay. People who are like you in Rwengaju parish, which had 1,500 people, homes. How many are they? There may be 7. So I really quarreled with those people. You can imagine, 2,500 in Ndangaro, only Kateva had 7 pigs. Here, 1,500, only Avantum Sanji, only 7 who have. So the concept of social economic transformation, which is point number 3, is of the NRM, is that everybody must get out of the traditional way to the modern way of money making with the Chivaro. So what is the situation now in Rwengaju and those in the
His Excellency, Rwengaju now is a model village. Very many households have transformed economically. The Kabagambe family is a model family because all the sons have taken on agriculture, and recently in the newspapers when they were publishing the best farmers,
they were among them.
They were among them.
Thank you so much. So therefore, principle number 3 of the NRM, in order to benefit from the patriotic market of Uganda, in order to benefit from the Pan-Africanist market of Africa, which we are always working on, you must undergo socio-economic transformation at the society level, at the homestead level. That's why principle number 3 of the NRM is socio-economic transformation. Patriotism, love Uganda. Why love Uganda? Because you need it. Number 2, Pan-Africanism, love Africa. Why love Africa? Because you need it. But number 3, you cannot love and benefit from Africa if you do not undergo transformation, become a new person. Now, number 4 is democracy. Finally, the issue of socio-economic transformation. How do I socially, economically transform myself, my family? We tell you there are 4 addresses where you can socially transform yourselves. They are called sectors. Sector number 1, agriculture, commercial agriculture with the Chivaro. I don't have time to go into that, but I'm sure they will have explained it to you. Sector number 1 of socio-economic transformation is commercial agriculture with the Chivaro. Number 2, manufacturing. Number 3, services like this one of teaching, medical. Those are services. Transport, hotels. And number 4, ICT. Now, finally, for you as intellectuals, as educated people, as change makers, you come to issues like salary. Salary of this, salary of that. For us, we have been advising you that whatever you do must be organically linked. The state cannot be able to pay good salaries if there is no socio-economic transformation. Because you see, if the families undergo socio-economic transformation, some families are in agriculture, some are in manufacturing, some are in services. They create jobs, and people get income and sell. When they sell, they are able to pay taxes. When they are able to pay taxes, the government gets more money. The government is able to do infrastructure, deal with peace and security, and also pay salaries to public servants. But how will it pay salaries, good salaries, if there is no socio-economic transformation? Where does it get money from? That's why we, like some of us, who are fighting from 1971 up to 1987. All that time we were fighting for no pay. Nobody was paying us. Who was there to pay us? But we knew that even if we are not paid ourselves, even if we die, If Uganda stabilizes and grows, even when we are dead, those people who will be there would say, ebisajja biri bya Rwanda bwerere katuweereza akasiima abazukulu baabwe. They will remember us. But if Uganda becomes like a Somali and collapses, who will remember us, whether we live or die? So that's why we had the confidence to say, let's fight for nothing. Even if we die, if we succeed, the new generations will remember our children. We shall save Uganda, Uganda will be saved. Now, when we took over government, we were earning small salaries for a long time. Up to now, me, I earn a small salary. They said, President, I earn 3.6 million. I deduct 20% for NRM. So Mama Janet on her account, she gets 2.7 million. That is the salary of the president. They were saying, no, you must be like where. I said, no. I will not accept high salary. Now, I cannot. Because it is self-deception. High salary from where? Let the economy grow fast. When I'm already dead, the rich Uganda would say, this man worked for very little. Let's give something to his children. So that's why, therefore, this clarity of ideology is very crucial. Because when you're not clear, you get lost. You fight things which are not realistic. And that's why they fail. Now, recently, I was in a small war with you, the teachers, led by a man called Baguma. You know Baguma? There's a gentleman called Baguma. In my Chiekera way, because we the Yekera, we go, kamwe go Muganda. Akwate mpola akoraki? Bugusiki. Nkola yaffe abayekera. Now, when we started getting a bit of money, we got a bit of money now. I said, let us pay the scientists well. Or the you're trying to get out. You are only paying the scientists, only. Are we not also educated? I say, yes, you're educated. But when we're in the hospital, we look for the midwife. Doesn't mean the midwife is the most important person in the whole of society. At that very moment, the midwife is the one most needed. So these scientists, we need them immediately now. Because we are making roads, they need engineers. We are building factories, they need mechanical engineers. We are doing this, we need health medical doctors. Vet, we are talking of vet, PDM, what, we need, immediately we need them now. I studied arts, I'm a person of arts. I studied literature. I can tell you what Shakespeare said, what he was looking this way, he said this, I acted Julius Caesar. Of all the wonders of the world they yet have known, it seems most strange that men should fear, seeing death necessary, and it will come when it will. Julius Caesar. But now we have got a bridge. We need somebody to fix this bridge. I cannot come with my Shakespeare and fix it. So that's why we say, banange, tumekukayana. Kana katano akaliwo, katukawele zono atukolo urutindo. The bridge will produce other things, and we shall eventually all be paid. So this is really the logic. But when people are not clear ideologically, they will not understand all this. Everybody's me now, me now, me now. And in the end, you fail. So I am very glad that these courses are going on. I thank Seku again for these courses. From your testimony, I can see that you benefited, and I congratulate you. It is now my honor to commission you to do what? What do I do, Seku? To pass them out. I pass you out.